Sadhu Danyosani Yedu Danyosi Ayong Chikondo Jamedu Tayarunai Adara Nubadino Daya Mueva Huyue Nalung Tenja Gondi Vive Vihara Domni Lishi Do Bugua Tana Damete Sure Tana Tayadi Pavudati Manzo Madwe Duwa Yue Lava Vedoi Tana Bisaya Dhammamu Tana Daya Pibodi Adwajam Ubadanam Ngave He Tuve Helu Swelam Nide Ubadan Daya Pibabi Ubadana Bisaya Swelamu Ubadango Ajam Yue Bawo Kudogam Agudogam Sode Bawadi Obizadi Manzwa Madwe Piboye Lava Vedoi Bawa Bisaya Gudogam Agudogam Di Hudo Bawa Goa Jangju Yue Sadi Padidandi Ne Jim Suda the Botea Didolagam Wa Kanda Dide Asasat Pinevade Suda the Bodi Lagam Obizadi Manzwa Madwe Piboye Lava Vedoi Sadi Bisaya Padidandi Ne Jingo Jangju Yue Saramaranam Ojin, Vijin, Sura the Votia Didolagam. Wa Hamian Jim Piasijin Sura the Votia Didolagam. Toka Vari Dewa, Toka Domina Dubayada. Umiya Jim, De Sunya Jin Sura the Votia Rujam. So Yin Jim, Go Jim, Go Say Jin, Say Jim. Jinzwa Biman Jin Sura the Votia Rudi. Obizadi Manzwa Madwe Piboye Lava Vidoi Bigui Yandomya Uchedado Kiwalata Bogo Dadoa Maba Tata Piba Vido Idanda Duka Kandada To Siye Dong Siye Asuji Tamudio Pijim Dayadi Hodi Piba Bayu Yue Bagoa Mieswa Biashim Kuro Miajidi Wosa Gangzwa Madwe Hojaro Muge Vavido Dadi Bigui Domya Buchedadu Danyosani Yedu Danyosin Ayong Pichava Vigondo Wa Danyosin Deyago Pisit Tajava Vigondo Tame Dutayadunai Adinawa Nubadino Apiego Apandalele Mien Lishidi Pive Viharado Neda Bede Yogi Bogu Yaham Bogu A Tana Damade Sude Tanadayadi Nirozadi Manzwa Madwe Chunging Bavidoi Tana Niroda Tanadaya Chunging de Sude Jam Ubarana Nirodo Nime he ngave he do swelan nidade Ubadam daya chunging bavidoi Ubadana niroda swelamu Ubadam chunging di adwajao Awa nirodo Awiza dana shin dwe pyuta babide Kudugam nga kudugam di Hude bawadi Manzwa madwe chunging bavidoi Awa Niroda Gama Bawa Chunging the Dwajam Sadi Nirodo Padidani Nijin Dea Chunging Babedoi Wa Kanda Didwe Saka Saka Pichin Dwe Chunging Babedoi Sadi Niroda Padidani Nijin Chunging the Dwajam Saramaranam Ujin Dejin Sura the Votia Didolagam Toka Vari Dewa Doka Domanadu Bayada So Yin Go Jim, Go Sing Jin, Say Jim, Jinzwa Biman Jin Suda, the Vodiarudi, Niro Zandi, Manzwa Madwe Chung Ying Bavidoi, Bigui Yandomya Uchidado, Kiwalata Bogo Dadoa Maba, Tata Chibabido, Idada Doka Kandada. To say don't say Asuji Nirodo Chunging Jindi Hoti Biba Bayu Yue Bagoa Mieswa Biashin Goro Miajidi အဝဇာကောင်းစွာမသွေဟောကြားတော်မူခဲ့ပါပေတော်တည်းမြတ်စွာဘုရားရှင်ကိုရောမြတ်ကြီးကိုပူဇော်သောအပြင်တန်ရောသနိယသုတ်တံဏိဒံချီ၍ဟောလိုက်တာဖြစ်ပါတယ်တန်ရောစဉ်တရားတွေ defilements attachments ဒီတန်ရောစဉ်တရားတွေအဲ့ဒီတရားတွေရဲ့အပေါ်မှာကြိုက်နေမယ်ဆိုရင်အဲ့ဒီတရားတွေကိုတာယာနေမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တဏှာတိုးပွားတယ်တဏှာတိုးပွားလာတဲ့အခါမှာအယူလွဲတွေအစွဲလွဲတွေဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ဥပါဒံဖြစ်တယ်လွဲမှားစွာဆွဲလန်းတဲ့ဥပါဒံတရားဖြစ်လာတဲ့အခါမှားတာတွေလုံးမိတယ်အဝိဇ္ဇာတဏှာရှင်တွဲတဲ့ကုသိုလ်လုံးမိတယ်အဝိဇ္ဇာတဏှာရှင်တွဲတဲ့အကုသိုလ်လုံးမိတယ်ကုသိုလ်တရားပင်လုံးတော်ညာလည်းပဲကုသိုလ်ဒီသန္တရာဝတ်ကိုမငြိမ်းစေပဲနဲ့သန္တရာဝတ်ကိုရှည်စေတဲ့ဝတ္တနေတိတကုသိုလ်လုံးသွားမိတတ်တယ်ဘယ်လိုမျိုးလုပ်တယ်လဲဒီကဲ့သို့လှူဒန်းရသောကုသိုလ်ကောင်းမှုကြောင့်လူချမ်းသာဖြစ်ရပါလို့ဒီကဲ့သို့လှူဒန်းရသောကုသိုလ်ကောင်းမှုကြောင့်ယခုလုံးမြစ်အစီအစဉ်များအစဉ်ပြေရပါလို့ဒီကဲ့သို့လှူဒန်းရသောကုသိုလ်ကောင်းမှုကြောင့်နတ်ချမ်းသာဖြစ်ရပါလို့ဒီကဲ့သို့လှူဒန်းရသောကုသိုလ်ကောင်းမှုကြောင့်ကာအကောင်စားစီးရပါလို့အဲ့ဒီလိုမျိုးလှူတော်လဲပဲလှူတဲ့နောက်မှာလူချင်းစိတ်နဲ့ရှင်တွဲပြီးလှူလိုက်တဲ့ကုသိုလ်ကောင်းမှုသီလဆောင်တော်လဲပဲလူချင်းစိတ်နဲ့ရှင်တွဲပြီးတော့လုပ်တဲ့ကုသိုလ်ကောင်းမှုကုသိုလ်တော့ကုသိုလ်မြည်တယ်သို့တော့ဝတ္တရားကိုမချုပ်ငြိမ်းစေဘူးဝတတရားကိုရှည်စေတယ်အဲ့ဒီလိုမျိုးတာယာပွဲဆိုတဲ့အနေအထားမျိုးနဲ့ကုသိုလ်ကောင်းမှုပေါ်မှာလည်းပဲတွေ့တာနေတယ်အကုသိုလ်ပေါ်မှာလည်းပဲတွေ့တာနေတယ်တန်ရောစဉ်ကိုဖြစ်စေတယ်တန်ရောစဉ်ကိုဖြစ်စေတယ်ဆိုတာကကာမရာဂတန်ရောစဉ်ဘဝရာဂတန်ရောစဉ်အစရှိတယ်ကာမဂုဏ်တွေကိုတွေ့တာလည်းတန်ရောစဉ်လူဘဝနတ်ဘဝဗြဟ္မဘဝတောင့်တတာလည်းတန်ရောစဉ်လောဘဒေါသမောဟအစရှိတဲ့အရာတွေကလည်းတန်ရောစဉ်တာမန်လူတို့သိတာကတော့တန်ရောစဉ်ဆိုတာမင်းကိုငါဘလောက်ချစ်တယ်ငါကိုဘာဘလောက်ချစ်တယ်လို့ပြောမှတန်ရောစဉ်လို့ထင်တာအမှန်ကမြတ်စွာဘုရားဟောသောတန်ရောစဉ်တွေထဲမှာလောဘသည်လည်းတန်ရောစဉ်ဒေါသသည်လည်းတန်ရောစဉ်မာနသည်လည်းတန်ရောစဉ်အဲ့ဒီတန်ရောစဉ်တရားတွေကိုတာယာပွဲလို့ထင်တယ်ဆိုတာမှန်တယ်လို့ထင်နေတာပေါ့လိုအပ်တဲ့လောဘတော့ရှိရမှာပေါ့တမလောဘကတော့ရှိတင်တာပေါ့လို့စင်ကြယ်ပေးတဲ့သူတွေကတာယာတယ်လို့ခေါ်တယ်လူပဲကိုယ့်ကိုထိလာရင်ဒီလောက်ကတော့ပြန်တုံ့ပြန်မှာပေါ့ကိုယ်ဒေါသကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့အယောင်တင်တဲ့လူမျိုးတွေကလည်းပဲအဲ့ဒီပုဂ္ဂိုလ်များသည်ကိုယ်ဒေါသကိုနှစ်သက်တဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်လို့ခေါ်တယ်ဒါတွေဟာတန်ရောစဉ်တရားကိုတာယာတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တာယာဝယ်လို့ထင်တဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေမှာတဏှာတိုးရဒီတဏှာတရားဖြစ်ရင်ဆွဲလန်းမှုတွေဖြစ်တယ်ဆွဲလန်းမှုဖြစ်တော့လွဲမှားတဲ့ကုသိုလ်ကိုလုံးမိတယ်လွဲမှားတဲ့အကုသိုလ်ကိုလုံးမိအဲ့ဒီလွဲမှားတဲ့ကုသိုလ်လွဲမှားတဲ့အကုသိုလ်တွေလုံးမိတဲ့အခါကျတော့နောက်ထပ်ခန္ဓာအသစ်တွေဖြစ်တယ်ဘဝအသစ်တွေရတယ်ခန္ဓာအသစ်ဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုတဲ့နေရာမှာလွယ်ကူစွာရှင်းရမယ်ဆိုရင်ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ဆန္ဒကိုယ့်ရဲ့လိုချင်စိတ်နဲ့မုံစားခြင်းတဲ့ဆိုတော့မုံကောက်စားတော့မုံစားတဲ့ရုပ်ဖြစ်တယ်မုံစားတာကိုသိတဲ့နာမ်ဖြစ်တယ်အဲ့ဒါခန္ဓာအသစ်ဖြစ်တယ်လို့ခေါ်တယ်မစားခြင်းဘူးဆိုရင်စားကိုမစားဘူးတရားနာခြင်းတဲ့ဆိုတဲ့စိတ်ဆန္ဒရှိတဲ့အခါမှာတရားနာတယ်တရားနာနေတဲ့ရုပ်ဖြစ်တယ်တရားနာတာကိုသိတဲ့စိတ်ဖြစ်တယ်တရားနာဖို့စိတ်စော်တဲ့စေတနာဖြစ်တယ်တရားနာနေရင်နဲ့ကြည်နူးတဲ့ဝေဒနာကိုခံစားရခန္ဓာ၅ပါးဖြစ်တယ်အဲ့ဒီလိုခန္ဓာ၅ပါးတွေဖြစ်တဲ့အခါမှာတဏှာနဲ့ရှင်တွဲတဲ့ခန္ဓာ၅ပါးအဝိဇ္ဇာနဲ့ရှင်တွဲတဲ့ခန္ဓာ၅ပါးဒါတွေစက္ကာအခုဖြစ်နေတယ်ဖြစ်တဲ့နေရာမှာလဲစင်ကြယ်တဲ့ခန္ဓာတွေမဟုတ်ဘဲနဲ့ညှဉ်းနှွမ်းတဲ့ခန္ဓာတွေဖြစ်နေတာဟာအဲ့ဒီပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ရဲ့တဏ္ဍာမှာတဏှာပွားနေလို့တဏှာပွားတဲ့သူတွေလုံးသမျှအလုပ်တွေနောက်ထပ်ခန္ဓာအသစ်တွေတဏှာနဲ့ရှင်သောခန္ဓာအသစ်တွေဝိဒုက္ခကိုဆက်လက်၍ဆန့်ပေးသောခန္ဓာအသစ်တွေကိုဆက်ပြီးဖြစ်စေတာပါဒီလိုခန္ဓာအသစ်တွေဖြစ်တော့ဘာဖြစ်လဲအသစ်ဖြစ်ရင်ဟောင်းမယ်ဟောင်းပြီးရင်ပြက်တယ်ဘဝအသစ်ရတော့ကောဘာဖြစ်လဲဘဝအသစ်ရတော့အိုမယ်အိုပြီးတော့သေလိမ့်မယ်ဒီလိုဆိုတဲ့အခါကျတော့အခုလက်ရှိကိုယ်မှာပိုင်ဆိုင်ထားတဲ့သတ်မဲ့ပစ္စည်းများကိုပဲကြည့် အသစ်တုံးကတစ်နေပေမဲ့ကြာတော့ဟောင်းတယ်ဟောင်းပြီးတော့ပြတ်သွားတယ်ဘယ်အရာမှမဟောင်းတာမရှိဘူးဘယ်အရာမှမပြတ်တာမရှိဘူးအဲ့ဒီလိုဟောင်းခြင်းပြတ်ခြင်းဆိုတဲ့သဘောတရားကိုဖြစ်တာရှိရင်ဟောင်းတာရှိမှာပဲဖြစ်တာရှိရင်ပြတ်တာရှိမှာပဲဟောင်းကြပြတ်ကြတဲ့အခါမှာတရားမရှိတဲ့သူတွေကဘာဖြစ်လဲတောကစိုးရင်ကြတယ်ပရိဒေဝငိုကြွေးကြတယ်ဒုက္ခကိုဆင်းရဲမှုဖြစ်ကြဒေါမနတစိတ်ဆင်းရဲမှုဖြစ်ကြဥပါယာဒရင်ထဲမှာပူလောင်မှုတွေခံစားရအဲ့ဒီခံစားမှုတွေအဲ့ဒီစိတ်ခံစားမှုတွေဘာကြောင့်ဖြစ်တာလဲတဏှာကိုအကြောင်းခံပြီးတော့လူချင်းစိတ်တွေများတာကနေဖြစ်လာတာနောက်ဆုံးတော့မြတ်စွာဘုရားကဘိက္ခဝေယဟန်တို့ကေဝလတ္တပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တတ္တဝမဖတ်တတ္တတာဖြစ်ပါပေသောဧတတ္တဒုက္ခခန္ဓတ္တထိုဆင်းရဲတုံဆင်းရဲအစုကြီးဤသာလျှင်တမှုတယောဖြစ်ခြင်းသည်ဟောတိဖြစ်ပါပေ၏နောက်ဆုံးတော့ဆင်းရဲအစုပဲဖြစ်တာပေါ့ချက်သားတို့လို့မြတ်စွာဘုရားဟောတယ်ဒီတော့မြတ်စွာဘုရားကဆင်းရဲဖြစ်တာကိုဟောပြပြီးတော့ဆင်းရဲချုပ်တာကိုလည်းဟောပြတယ်ဘုရားရှင်ကိုယ်တော်မြတ်ဖရာရယ်လို့လောကမှာပွင့်ထွန်းပြီးတဲ့နောက်45ဝါကာလပတ်လုံးဝတ္တရားကိုရှည်စေတဲ့တရားတစ်ခုမှမဟောခဲ့ဘူး45ဝါကာလပတ်လုံးဝတ္တရားကိုခြုံငင်းစေတဲ့တရားတွေပဲဟောခဲ့အဲ့ဒီတည်းမှာဒီနေ့တန်ရောဇနေယသုတ်တန်လေးကလည်းဒီတရားတွေတဲကမှတစ်ခုသောတရားပဲမြတ်စွာဘုရားကဆက်ပြီးဟောတာကချက်သားတို့တန်ရောစဉ်ဖြစ်စေတဲ့တရားတွေမှာလောဘဒေါသမာနဒိဋ္ဌိအစရှိတဲ့ဒီတရားတွေရဲ့အပေါ်မှာတာယာွယ်လို့မရှုတော့ဘဲနဲ့အပြစ်လို့ရှုတဲ့ပုံကိုယ်တွေရှိတယ်။ဘာကြောင့်လဲဆိုတော့ဟောချစ်တဲ့သဘောတရားပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်မုန်းတဲ့သဘောတရားပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ခဏလေးပဲတည်တာပါလားလို့ခဏလေးပဲတည်တယ်ဆိုတဲ့ကသူဒီမမြဲတာပဲမမြဲဘူးဆိုတဲ့ကိုကချမ်းသာမဟုတ်ဘူးပေါ့လို့အပြစ်ကိုရှာကြည့်တတ်တယ်။ကိုယ့်ရဲ့စိတ်ထဲမှာဖြစ်တဲ့သဘောတရားတွေခန္ဓာကိုယ်ရုပ်ပိုင်းကဖြစ်တဲ့သဘောတရားတွေအကုန်လုံးကိုဘယ်အရာမှမြဲတာမှမဟုတ်ပဲလို့ကိုယ့်ကိုယ်ဆုံးမပြီးတော့အဲ့ဒီလိုသူတော်ကောင်းပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ကအပြစ်ကိုရှာတတ်တယ်ခန္ဓာ၅ပါးပေါ်မှာအပြစ်ကိုရှာမိတယ်တန်ရောစဉ်ဖြစ်စေတတ်တဲ့တရားတွေပေါ်မှာအပြစ်ကိုရှာမိတဲ့သူတော်ကောင်းကတော့တဏှာတရားချုပ်ငြိမ်းသွားတယ်အခုလောကမှာလူတွေဟာလူချင်းစိတ်များတာတဲ့အခါမှာကိုယ်စိတ်ကိုမထိန်းနိုင်ဘဲနဲ့အမှားများများလုပ်လူချင်းစိတ်မရှိတော့တဲ့သူကရုပ်ဆွအစုံအောက်ထစ်ဆုံးအားဖြင့်အဲ့ဒီမလိုချင်တဲ့ပစ္စည်းအတွက်ရစေလိုကြောင်းအားထုတ်เสียရအောင်မလိုစိတ်ရှုပ်เสียရအောင်မလိုပဲနဲ့စောစောစီးစီးတဲ့ကငြိမ့်တယ်လိုချင်လာတော့စိတ်ထဲမှာစဉ်းစားရတာအတွေးတွေကိုထည့်ထားရတာကစပြီးအလုရှုပ်လာပြီးတော့ကာယကံတွေပါလိုက်လာတယ်ဝစီကံတွေပါလိုက်လာလိုချင်မှုမရှိတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ကတော့သူနဲ့ပတ်သက်လို့ကြိုးစားเสียရတော့မရှိတော့ဒီတော့ဒီပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ကစောစောစီးစီးတဏှာချုပ်နေတယ်တဏှာလိုချင်မှုမှမရှိဘူးဆိုမှတော့ဘာကိုမှဆွဲလန်းမနေတော့ဘူးမဆွဲလန်းဘူးဆိုမှတော့မှားတဲ့အလုပ်တွေမလုပ်တော့ဘူးပေါ့နောက်ထပ်ကံအသစ်တွေနောက်ထပ်အဖြစ်ချင်းအသစ်တွေနောက်ထပ်တပံအသစ်တွေဖြစ်လာစေမဲ့အကြောင်းတွေကိုမလုပ်တော့တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်အသစ်တွေလည်းဖြစ်လာเสียအကြောင်းမရှိဘူးအသစ်တွေဖြစ်မလာတော့တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်ဟောင်းเสียလည်းအကြောင်းမရှိဘူးတဲ့အသစ်တွေဖြစ်မလာတော့တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်ပြက်เสียလည်းအကြောင်းမရှိဘူးတဲ့အဲ့ဒီလိုမဟောင်းကြမပြက်ကြတော့တဲ့အတွက်ဟောင်းတာပြက်တာကိုလည်းပဲသူမခံစားဟောင်းတာပြက်တာကိုလည်းသူ့တန်တာမှာထပ်ပြီးရောက်လာเสียမရှိတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်ဟောင်းလို့ပြက်လို့အိုလို့သေလို့ဆိုပြီးတော့စိုးရင်เสียလည်းမရှိတော့ဘူးငိုเสียလည်းမရှိတော့ဘူးကိုယ်ဆင်းရဲเสียလည်းမရှိတော့ဘူးစိတ်ဆင်းရဲเสียလည်းမရှိတော့ရင်ထဲမှာပူလိုက်တာလို့လည်းညည်းเสียမလို့တော့အဲ့တော့အဲ့ဒီပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ရဲ့တန်တမှာလိုချင်မှုစပြီးတော့ချုပ်ငိမ့်သွားကြတဲ့ကိုကအရာအလုံးချုပ်ငိမ့်တယ်အချို့အပြင်ဆိုမြတ်စွာဘုရားကချက်သားတို့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တ attva တတ်သောခန္ဓာ၅ပါးဤဟူသောဤဒုက္ခဒုက္ခအစုကြီးသာလျှင်ချုပ်ငိမ့်သွားတာဖြစ်တယ်လူချုပ်ငိမ့်သွားတာလည်းမဟုတ်ဘူးနတ်ချုပ်ငိမ့်သွားတာလည်းမဟုတ်ဘူးခန္ဓာ၅ပါးဆင်းရဲတရားကြီးသာလေချုပ်ငိမ့်တာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ချက်သားတို့ဒါကြောင့်တဏှာမပွားအောင်နေကြလောင်စာနဲ့စီမီရှိနေရင်မိသည်အဆက်မပြတ်လောင်နေမှာဖြစ်ပေမဲ့လောင်စာကိုလည်းဆက်မထည့်တော့ဘူးစီကိုလည်းထပ်ပြီးတော့မထည့်တော့ဘူးမီးစာကိုလည်းထပ်ပြီးတော့မထည့်တော့ဘူးဆိုရင်ဒီမီးသည်ဆက်ပြီးတောက်เสียအကြောင်းမရှိဘူးဒါကြောင့်ချက်သားတို့တဏှာကိုလောင်စာထပ်ထည့်တယ်လို့ထပ်ပြီးထည့်မနေကြပါနဲ့စီမီးငြိမ်းစေခြင်းရင်လောင်စာထပ်မထည့်တော့တယ်လို့ခန္ဓာဝတ်တွေ ပြက်ချင်ရင်လည်းပဲတဏမီးစာတွေတဏလောင်စာတွေဆက်ပြီးတော့မထည့်ကြနဲ့ဒီလိုဆက်ထည့်လို့ဆက်ပွားရင်ဆင်းရဲတွေပဲဆက်ပြီးတိုးလာမယ်လို့မြတ်စွာဘုရားဟောတော်တရားကိုရှေးဥစွာဟော၍ဘုရားရှင်ကိုယ်တော်မြတ်ကိုဒီနေရာကနေပဲကာရဝပြုတယ်ပူဇော်ပါတယ်ဒါသည်မြတ်စွာဘုရားကိုတရားဖြင့်ပူဇော်ခြင်းပါဟုတ်လားတရားနာပရိသတ်တို့ဒီတော့ဒီနေ့ဟာအစုံလမ်းပြည့်ညာတော်အဖြစ်တစ်ကမ္ဘာလုံးကသတ်မှတ်ထားတယ်ဝိသဒေဘာလဲဝိသခဆိုခေါ်တဲ့နက္ခတ်ဝိသခနက္ခတ်နဲ့ရှင်တယ်ဝိသခနက္ခတ်နဲ့ရှင်တယ်ဆိုတဲ့သဘောတရားစကလုံးအဲ့ဒီဝေါဟာရကနေဆင်းသက်လာပြီးတော့ဝိသခကနေပြီးတော့ဝိသခအတူချုပ်လာတော့ဝိသအဲ့တော့ဝိသဒေဝိသဒေရဲ့လို့ဖြစ်လာတယ်ဝိသဒေရဲ့လို့ဖြစ်လာတကဘာလုံးခေါ်တာကတော့သူ့ကိုဝိသဒေအဲ့ဒီဝိသဒေကိုဦးဇင်းတို့သီရိလင်္ကာမှာရှိခဲ့တုန်းကတော့ကိုယ်တိုင်ဆင်နွှဲခဲ့ရတယ်ကိုယ်တိုင်ကြုံခဲ့ရတယ်ဒါကြောင့်မလို့အခုဒီချင်းကနေစပြီးတော့ဝိသဒေနဲ့ပတ်သက်ရတော့၎င်းမြတ်စွာဘုရားရှင်ကြီးနဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့အကြောင်းတရားများကိုတော့၎င်းအင်္ဂလိပ်လိုစပြီးတော့သွားပါတော့မယ်ပေးထားတဲ့ reference စာအုပ်လေးတွေကိုကြည့်ပေါ့နော်ပထမဦးဆုံးဖတ်ပြမယ်Wesak Day. Millions of Buddhists celebrate Wesak Day, full moon day of Gasaum, an officially recognized United States UN holiday that celebrates the birth of Gautama Buddha, the founder of Buddhism. Celebrations include cultural performances featuring song and dance, plays about Buddha's life and teachings, public messages given by religious and community leaders. Some community groups organize acts of charity like releasing caged animals or donating food and gifts to the poor and needy. Buddha mentioned the only way to pay homage to him by truly and sincerely following his teachings. Buddha's teachings focused on messages about compassion, peace and goodwill. So, the sole aim of Wesak is to practice love, peace and harmony. Millions around the world follow the teachings of the Buddha today. The day of Wesak commemorates Buddha's birth, enlightenment and death. Besides, the ascetic Sumedha received a prophecy that he was assured of becoming a Buddha from Dibangara Buddha on the full moon day of Gasaum. On this day, people pour the water on the Bodhi tree, under which Buddha attained the supreme enlightenment. Number one, now I'd like to talk about the 3 important days of the Buddha. And it is related to the full moon day of Gasaum, and it is related to the Wesak day. 1. Lord Buddha was born in the year 68 Maha Era, on the full moon day of Gasaum, Friday, in Lumbini Park. 2. In the year Maha Era 103, on the full moon day of Gasaum, Wednesday, Lord Buddha gained supreme enlightenment. 3. In the year 148 Maha Era, on the full moon day of Gasaum, Tuesday, Lord Buddha passed away at Kusinara. Okay, these 3 are very important occasions throughout the Buddha's lifetime. The first one is also very important, and it is related to the full moon day of Gasaum. And the second one is also related to the full moon day, connected with the full moon day of Gasaum. And the last one is also connected with the full moon day of Gasaum. All 3 special days happened on the same day, full moon day of Gasaum. That's why today is called Buddha's Day. So all over the world, many people all over the world, they also celebrate the Wesak Day. Here, I'd like to read something about this, celebrating the Buddha's Day. Vesakha, Pali, Sanskrit, Vesakha, also known as Purnima and Buddha Day, is a holiday observed traditionally by Buddhists on different days in India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Tibet, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Malaysia, and Myanmar.
and in other places all over the world. Sometimes, informally called Buddha's birthday, it actually commemorates the birth, enlightenment, nirvana, and death parinirvana of Gautama Buddha in the Theravada or Southern tradition. Over here, I'd like to tell you something that our Theravada Buddhism is called Southern religion, Southern Buddhism. So, over here, what we found out is that the Vesak Day is not celebrated merely by Myanmar. It is celebrated in all over the world. It is celebrated all over the world, celebrated by many countries, including UN. So, very, very important day. Today is very, very important day. And the day is important, and what we have to do is the important things, the noble things today. That's why, first of all, now we are listening to the Dhamma talk, and me too. Firstly, I recited the stanzas taught by the Buddha, and you also, you paid respect to my talks. Why? Because my very first words were really taught by the Buddha, by the real Buddha. So today we have a chance to listen to the very original words of the Buddha, and for me, by reciting the original words of the Buddha, I paid respect to the Buddha by my teacher. And now let me continue to the explanation about the Vesak Day. There are three factors of Parinibbana in the soul growth. Soul growth is Kusinara. Soul in Burma, in Myanmar, it is called Injin. There are three reasons why the Buddha decided to rest or to leave the world as a final leaving. So, the first one is he wished to impart a Mahasudassana Sutta which would benefit a lot to the human beings. It is the first aim. And second, he wished to preach Subhadda, the ascetic who would become an arahat only by listening to him. He is the last disciple of the Buddha, Subhadda. And the three, at Kusinara, and there is a round spelling, okay? Kusinara, actually, N-A. At Kusinara, Dona Brahmin would share the relics appropriately, and there would be no fighting or war. Over here, let me explain about this. First of all, the Buddha wished to impart Mahasubhadda Sutta, which would benefit a lot to the human beings. In that Sutta, it is taught about the Buddha to be. The ways the Buddha to be must practice. Very useful teachings for all mankind. And over here, let me share one experience. Let me share one knowledge with you. In Mahayana, if you have a very noble heart, you are the Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva is Buddha to be. The Buddha's to be is just like Sumedha, the ascetic Sumedha. He always thought of all human beings, not for himself. He never thought of himself, but all he thought is about the human beings, about the world. He could get enlightened at that very life, but he didn't enter the Nibbana. Why? Because he thought about the people. I am, at that time he thought so, I am eligible about practicing I'm capable of practicing the teachings of the Buddha. So for me, it's okay. But for all the beings, they are suffering very seriously. I feel pity to them. I feel sympathy to them. So it's not good going to the Nibbana alone. So what should I do? I would try as much as I can to save the people. I would try as much as I can to save all beings. That is his noble desire. That desire happens. That kind of desire happens only in the heart of the Buddhas to be. So, Bodhisattvas, in Mahayana, they have that teaching. Bodhisattva's mind. And one of my late disciples, or one of my late devotees, told me that, Venerable, you are the Bodhisattva because you always think of the living beings. You never think of yourself. So in our country, in Mahayana teaching, you are the Bodhisattva. But in our Theravada teaching, we don't favor the concept of Bodhisattva. We just favor individual liberation from the suffering. So each and every individual being, each and every person has the same chance to get enlightened in this life and in the afterlife. So that is the teachings of the Theravada Buddhism. Even though the teachings are a little bit different, but the main teachings or the essence of the teachings of the Buddha are the same. So what is the difference? The difference is not the teaching, but the people's individual's ego, the people's atta, the people's self. Our Buddha always taught about atta. Our Buddha is always taught about, in his lifetime, he taught about atta. He taught about the dangers of the atta. Because we people are always happy in the bad things. To think of the bad things, to do the bad things, to talk about the bad things, we are really happy. But to talk about at least one stanzas of the teachings of the Buddha, we are lazy. For example, in front of the Buddha statue, to pray for about 15 minutes, you don't want to sit that long. If you have a chance to sing, you're very happy to sing for about 1 hour, the whole night, you're very happy. But to recite the real teachings of the Buddha for about half an hour, you're not happy anymore. It's not easy to recite the teachings of the Buddha. It's boring, I don't want to do it anymore. So that is the nature of the mind of all beings. That's why Buddha taught. That's why Buddha tried hard to deliver the teachings to the people regarding the atta. If you have the atta, you will think of yourselves. You will think of your own happiness. You won't think of the happiness of other people. So you will be selfish. And one time you become selfish, you will be selfish more and more. And in this life, if you are selfish, in the next life, you will be more selfish. And then you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance to get enlightened. But you have many chances to be in the woeful states, abhaya. But the real situation is, we are just like that. Our situation, our mental situation is just like that. We are lazy to practice. We are lazy to recite the real words of the Buddha. And we are lazy even to share the love and kindness to the people. Then all over the world, every places are like hell. Now you see that. In our country also, some places are just like hell. And all over the world, most of the places are just like hell now. What is it called? Where is it called hell? Do you know that? What kind of place is called hell? From my own point of view, the hell is a place where there is no love, there is no compassion, there is no sympathy. That is called hell. That kind of place is called hell. So now where are you living? Are you living in the heaven? Are you living in the human world? Or are you living in the hell? Can you love your neighbors? If you can love your neighbors, you are living in the human being world. If you can't love your neighbors, You are just living in the hell. Something like that. Why? Why? In your heart, there is no teachings of the Buddha. All the things exist in your heart is dirty things and the bad things. That's why the Buddha appeared in the world. That's why the ascetic Sumedha sacrificed himself for the people, or for all beings. That's why the Buddha's day appeared. Okay? So the first day, the first desire, he wished to impart the Mahasudassana Sutta, which would benefit a lot to the human beings. Okay? When it is about time to pass away, he thought about other living beings. He didn't think about him. He didn't think of himself. The first one he wished to impart is he wished to teach, he wished to preach Mahasudassana Sutta. That teaching would benefit a lot to the human beings. So, our Buddha, he dared sacrifice himself for all the beings, not just like us. He is not like us. We don't have any situation, we don't have any condition to compare with him. Our heart is very, very dirty, dirtier than, dirtier than hell. Our Buddha's heart is really pure. If you study, if you learn very hard about the Buddha, you will find out how hard our Buddha tried to save the people, to save all beings. You will find out. Second wish is he wished to preach Subhadda, the ascetic, who would become an arahat only by listening to him. So there will be the last disciple. Our Buddha could stay relaxed, but he didn't stay like that. It is about time to pass away. But our Buddha tried very hard to give the last talk to Subhadda. Not for the sake of him, but for the sake of Subhadda. Very, very kind heart. It is his compassion. And the third aim at Kusinara, Dona Brahmin would share the relics appropriately, and there would be no fighting or war. If the Buddha had passed away in Jetavana or in some places, people will fight one another to get the share of the relics of the Buddha. Now, the Buddha, our Buddha, he thought about the future. And he thought about the future wisely. Okay, if I passed away in Jetavana, or if I passed away in some places, people will fight one another over the case of my relics. In sharing the relics, they might not share in the same amount of sharing. So they will fight one another. If somebody didn't get the share of the relics, those people will get angry. So thinking of them, the Buddha chose the place Kusinara for his final liberation. And this is one point. Now, let me talk about the words the Buddha said on the 3 different days, 3 different special days. The first day is his birthday, right? Words spoken by Lord Buddha on the very day he was born. As soon as he was born, Buddha took 7 steps to the north and spoke extremely strange words which no one dared utter, no one dared say. Akoha masmi lokasa, sitoha masmi lokasa, sitoha masmi lokasa. Ayamanti machati, nati dani punapawati. That is the words. They are the words said by the Buddhas on his birthday, on the very day of his birth. And the meaning is Agoha Masami, Ago Aham Asami, Lokasa in the world, in the universe. Aga, foremost, or the greatest. I am the foremost in the universe. I am the greatest in the universe. I am the most praiseworthy. Ayam mantima zati. Ayam antima zati. Ayam antima zati. Ayam, this is antima, the last. Zati, existence. So, this is my last existence. Natti, nail. Dani, natti dani, natti idani, now. Natti dani, punna bhavati, again, punna, again. Bhava is birth, punna bhavati. Punna bhava, future births. So, I will have no more future births. Over here, let me talk about that story. As soon as the Buddha was born, the Buddha was born in the Lumbini Park. Then he took the 7 steps to the north. Very newly born child, okay, amazingly, newly born child took the 7 steps to the north, and he said very, very great words and very amazing words and very, very strange words, very, very brave words. What are they? In Bali, Akoha Masami Lokasa, Sitoha Masami Lokasa, Sitoha Masami Lokasa, Ayat Mandima Jadi, Nati Dani Punabawati. That's all. And in English, if he said those words in English, I am the foremost in the universe. I am the greatest in the universe. I am the most praiseworthy. This is my last existence. I will have no more future births. Very bravely. So, from the logical point of view, a person who was born after he was born, as soon as he was born, is it possible to speak? No. But the Buddha fulfilled many, many years, many lives, uncountable lives. After fulfilling the paramis, after fulfilling the perfection, very strangest thing, the strangest thing happened to the Buddha since he was born. If we said we don't believe that, so it would be like a blind person. It would be like a lazy person. For example, I'll tell you one example. I'll give you one example. There is a mountain. A person tried very hard to pass over that mountain. When he gets at the top of the mountain, he said to the person who is still standing at the foot of the mountain, "Hey, my friend, there is a very beautiful scenery on the other side of the mountain." He shouted at his friend, who is standing at the foot of the mountain. But a person who is standing at the foot of the mountain, "Oh, impossible, no way. This mountain is very big and very deserted area. Okay, I don't think so. I don't believe you." Without trying to take one step, he rejected or he refused. He said no. He said, "Oh, it is not possible." So now, just like that, if we say, "Oh, it is not possible that the Buddha to be said those words when he was born," if we said like that, no. Actually, the Buddha really taught those words. The Buddha really said those words. And sometimes, merely because you can't see something, you can't say it doesn't exist. Some things are really delicate or really subtle to understand. You can't see the things as they are happening. For example, do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe ghosts? Have you ever seen that? No. But you believe that. Okay, there is some reason that encourages us to believe some points of the things, some points of the supernatural things. So some kind of supernatural things happen to our Buddha in his lifetime. So in this case, do you believe or you don't believe? You believe or you don't believe? You believe. Okay, you must say so, because you are the followers of the Buddha. Okay, not because of that, but because of the very profound teachings of the Buddha. Okay. Now, first of all, at the beginning of today's talk, I taught or I recited a very profound teachings of the Buddha. Was it logical? Was it logical? Yes, it was logical. Was it practical? Yes, that's why I believe in the Buddha. I believe in the teachings of the Buddha. Okay, for example, now, first of all, you have that kind of desire, you have got that kind of lust, you have that kind of, wanting, or not wanting, okay, desire, lobha. When you want something, you can't sleep easily. The whole night, you can't sleep, thinking about many things, thinking about your future, thinking about your past, and thinking about many things that you desire. So if you have the desire, your heart is not pure. One day, when you are sick of someone, or when you are tired of something, okay, forget it. I don't think about him anymore. I don't think about it anymore. I don't feel anything about that. You will say so. Am I right? Yes. So, like that. When you don't have that kind of desire regarding to a person, regarding to the material things, you are free, your heart is free. Then you are peaceful. So, the teachings of the Buddhas, all the teachings of the Buddhas are logical. By seeing that, or by studying every detail of the teachings of the Buddha, I found out that, the Buddha, that kind of person, that kind of very noble person, must have the supernatural power. Only by that kind of supernatural power, he can see the world as they really are, or as they are really happening. Only that the Buddha can see by supernatural power. That kind of great person can practice very hard to practice, very difficult to practice. That kind of person, that kind of noble person can save the people. That kind of noble person can see the future. That's why he had done many great things for the welfare of the people. That's why now we have a chance to study the teachings of the Buddha. That's why the Buddha is called the greatest person in the universe. Do you agree? Yes. So that's why that kind of person dared say, I am the foremost person in the universe. I am the greatest person in the universe. I am the most praiseworthy person. This is my last existence. I will have no more future births. I believe so. And words spoken by Lord Buddha on the day of his supreme enlightenment. Today is Full Moon Day Ogason, right? On this day, the Buddha got enlightened. The Buddha attained the supreme enlightenment. When he got enlightened at the foot of the Bodhi tree, he said, Aneka jati samsaram sanda visam anibisam kahakarang gavesando dokha jati punapunam kahakaraga detasi punakeham nakahasi sabhate pasuka baka kahakutam visam katam visam khara katam chitam tananam khaya machaka. Original Pali. Myanmar Pali is Aneka Zati Thandaram Thanda Vedam Anepidam Kahakaram Goe Thando Dokha Zati Punapunam
Kakaraga Dedodi Puna Gayam Nagadadi Tabade Paduga Baga Kahakudam Videngara Gadam Sedam Tananam Kaya Misaga. According to the teachings of the Myanmar, according to the way of the reciting the Pali in Myanmar way, okay, we recite it like that. But according to the original Pali, Anika Jadi Samsaram Sanda Visam Anebisam Kahakaram Gawe Sando Dukha Jadi Punapunam Kahakaraga Ditosi Punageham Nakahasi Sabbade Pasuka Baka Kahagudam Visankatam Visamkara Gadam Jitam Dananam Kayamachaka. My pronunciation is similar to the Indian guy, huh? Yes, because I lived in Sri Lanka for 2 years, so I am familiar with the pronunciation of the Sri Lanka, the way they speak. Something like that. For example, when you recite it, when you pray, when you pay homage, when you pay respect to the Buddha, first of all you would say, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Dhamma Sambuddhassa. Simultaneously or, in chaos, disorderly, in disorder. Your words are in disorder. Somebody is Namo, some people say Dasa, okay, some people say Bhagavato. The end is not ends in the same time, not right at the same time, okay? But the Sri Lankan people in Sri Lanka, when they recite something, all the people, for example, a person from a very far remote area and a person from the city, when they meet together and when they recite the teachings of the Buddha, their rhythm are the same. For example, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. All the people say the same harmony, the same rhythm. But over here, not the same. For example, when you're about to take the 5 precepts, you say something to the monk, okay? For example, Ogada, Kayagam, somebody is saying Kayagam, somebody is Manogam, somebody is Sabbata. So not the same, okay? In the same time, you people are saying the different words. And for example, when we recite the Mitta Sutta. Mitta Sutta, in our country, the monks, usually the monks, at the donation ceremony, they have to recite the Mitta Sutta. And then they will recite that. The Mitta Sutta, what is the beginning of the Mitta Sutta? What? Okay. Now, okay, I can hear in harmony, okay? I can hear the words in harmony. Yatta nubhavato yakha nivadatandi pitana, for example. Yasam nubhavato yakam nivadatandi pitana, for example. But over here, Yatta nubhavato yakha nivadatandi pitana. Let me see what you are already know. Look at the video. Okay, a person, the leader monk, okay, the head monk, he is reciting. The monks behind, they are reciting. Okay, not in harmony. Sometimes I think that, okay, why are they in a hurry? What is happening to them? Because I am a preacher, okay? Almost all the time. I have to sit on the throne and I have to sit and I have to say the words very beautifully. Yadam nubhavado yakaneva datendi pidanam yami sewa nuyong zando ratenewa matandido. At that time I heard the words, very awkward words taught by the behind monks, okay? Okay. And when I followed them, I would get tired, very exhausted, okay? Wow, what's happening to them? What's happening to them? Okay. If a tiger is
running after them. Oh. But actually this ceremony, okay, or donation ceremony is really peaceful ceremony, okay? We must be able to recite the teachings of the Buddha in a very calm way, in a very beautiful way, right? As I said, Yadam Nubhava Doyaka Neva Tatindi Vidanam Yami Sewa Nuyum Zando Rate Neva Matadito. Very peaceful listening to that. And I feel very peaceful just listening to my own words. But I get angry when I heard them. I go, what? What's happening to them? What's happening to them? Something like that. So, over here, what I want to point out is, you guys, we Myanmar people, are going the wrong way, are practicing the wrong practices. We don't favor the things that should be given the favor, that should be given the due respect. But we pay respect to the things that shouldn't be paid so. What we should pay respect is, okay, to the Buddha, to the Dhamma, to the Sangha, and to the words of the Buddha. When you recite the words, the real words of the Buddha, by reciting each and every word of the Buddha, our heart must be peaceful. Yeah, you people, do you feel peaceful when you listen to the monks reciting the Brita? No, actually, it is the real thing, okay, happening in our country, and also you guys in Sri Lanka today. But I'm very sorry to talk about the present day of Sri Lanka. The storm hit Sri Lanka very seriously, so all the country is flooded. I feel very sorry looking up those pictures on internet. Actually, today is their special day. All over the country, they raised the Sadhana flags very, very elegantly, very, very, in a very decent way. The whole country is full of flags. Now on the way from my native place to Yangon this morning, as soon as I took the car, as soon as I was in the car, I was just looking at the way, and at the entrance of Yangon in Klang Thaya, okay, I started to notice the situation of our country. People are very busy. They don't have time to think about the Buddha. Today is very noble day. But you will see the people on the way. You will see the people in the street. They don't have the time to think about the Buddha today. They are very poor people. Okay, different from Sri Lankan people. But today, Sri Lanka is flooded. That's why they don't have the time to pay respect to the Buddha. They are swimming in the water now. But over here, we don't have that kind of situation. In Yangon, very nice situation this morning, okay? Very nice weather, but people are, they are making the plan to go somewhere, not the pagodas or monasteries. Yes. And on the way, some people are preparing to sell something, or something like to cheat the people. Some people are now planning. They are planning to cheat the people. On the greatest day, on the very noble day, now you guys see the weak point of our Myanmar people. In Sri Lanka, all over the country is full of flags. Today I don't see any flags in Yangon. Yangon is the city of Myanmar. But I don't see any flags on the street, on the road. Okay? Now you guys see the real situation? So who pay respect to the Buddha more? Myanmar people or Sri Lankan people? You don't need to answer that question. Okay? Okay, so in Sri Lanka, not only in Sri Lanka, but also in other countries, today they are celebrating, including Vietnam. In Vietnam, Full Moon Day Orgasong is not a public holiday, But in other countries, for example, India also, it is public holiday. And in UN also, it is public holiday. Sri Lanka, Nepal, Tibet, Bangladesh, in Bangladesh also, it is public holiday. Bhutan, Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, but Vietnam, they are not regarded today as public holiday anymore. After the fall of the Saigon, the Full Moon Day is not a public holiday anymore. So all we know is about ourselves, about our country. Oh, our country is very, very great. We have the teachings of the Buddha. But the problem is that we people don't practice. Did you understand? Oh, our country is great country. Where there is the teachings of the Buddha, the real teachings of the Buddha, the three Tipitakas, the three baskets. In our country, we are very lucky. But the problem is that we people are very lazy to practice. That is the weak point of our country. Now you find out that fact. You find out that fact. Okay. And let me continue. Aneka jati samsaram sanda vitsam anipisam. The meaning is because I did not have the knowledge to see the builder of the body, Dana. I had to be reborn many times in samsara. As soon as the Buddha got enlightened, he said those words happily. Oh, in the past. Because I did not have the knowledge to see the builder of the body, builder of the khandha, Dana. I had to be reborn many times in the past, in samsara. It's been a long time. I had to be reborn again and again. The Buddha said, now he liberated, okay, so happy. And second one, kahakaram gavesando dukkha jati punapuna. Because I saw the builder, I found the builder of the body, Dana. In all of the many rebirths, I had to be conceived many times, again and again, and thus suffering appeared. He had been wandering around the world, wandering the samsara, finding the truth, finding the builder of the khandha. It's been a long time. So, instead of liberation, only the suffering appeared again and again in the past. The Buddha said, now that I become the Buddha, that I am the Buddha, I can see the Buddha Dana, I can see the Dana. Now, there will not be another time that you can be the body anymore. Hey Dana, now I found you. You are the Buddha of the khandha. From now on, you don't have a chance to build my khandha anymore. This is the last time for you, the Buddha said happily when he got enlightened. Okay? And Sabbadi pasuga bhaga gahagutam visangatam. The khandha is just like a house. The Buddha said the khandha, the metaphor word is house. I have destroyed all your kilesa, rafters, and awaiter rich poles of the house. In the house, there are poles, there are pillars, okay? Those are just like the Dana. Now, you can build those. I already destroyed all the things. You can't build anymore. Visankhara gadam chitam tananam khaya machaka. My mind has reached the unconditioned Nibbana. Now, my mind is totally freed. The end of craving has been attained. Now, the craving, there's no chance for the craving, there's no chance for the Dana to appear in my heart, to arise in my heart. That is the end. The Buddha said those words happily when he got enlightened. As soon as he got enlightened, he said those words happily, really, really happily. So, when did the Buddha say those words? On the full moon day of Kasau. Okay? This is second period. second important day. And the last words. His last words just before Mahaparinibbana. Vaya Dhamma Sankhara Apamadena Sampadeta. Vaya Dhamma is everything has the nature of passing away. Samkhara. Apamadena is, pamada is, pamada is you forget. Pamada. When you have pamada, you forget. When you have apamada, you don't forget. You are mindful. So apamadena with mindfulness. Sampadeta, be endowed with mindfulness. Hey, you all beings, be endowed with mindfulness. Be with mindfulness. Why? Because all the sankharas are subject to change. All sankharas have the nature of changing, have the nature of passing away. So the meaning is, Sankhara Dhamma has the nature of passing away. Therefore, don't forget to practice till completion. When did the Buddha say those words? On the full moon day of Kasong. So, that is why today is called the greatest day. That is why today is called the Buddha's day. The Buddha was born on the full moon day. And the Buddha got enlightened on the full moon day. And the Buddha passed away on the full moon day of Kasong. And the ascetic Sumedha, he got the prophecy on the full moon day of Kasong. Because of that, today is the greatest day. Because of that, the UN declared today is the public holiday all over the world. Okay? So, my talk about the Vesak day is over. Today is Vesak day, full moon day of Kasong, very noble day, and I'm very happy to be here. And I'm very lucky to give a talk in this situation, nice situation. There is no storm yet. Okay? Now this situation is very nice. Now I finish my talk without any disturbances. I'm happy. And I believe that you all are also happy. You could listen to my talk without any disturbances. After the talk, I don't guarantee. Okay? That's the end of my talk. Let me conclude my talk by reciting the Buddha's word. Bhikkhu yam no myo ujjadado tan yo sani yedu tan yo sin I ayong phit kong do wa tan yo sin ko phit kong do dhamme tu taya tu nai adinawa anubadino apit ba hu yue abandale le shu le shi thi pi yue wihara do ni tat pi de yogi puggol yahan puggol a Tana tamamu tana deyadi nirosati manwa madwe chunging babe doe Tana niroda tana deya chunging de atwat jaung Ubadana nirodo ubadan deya chunging babe doe Ubadana niroda ubadan chunging je jaung Bawa nirodo bawa chunging babe doe Bawa niroda bawa chunging de atwat jaung Sati nirodo Sati chonging babe doe Sati niroda padithani sati chonging de atwat jaung Saramaranam ujin thijin so the thabo taya thi tho lakaung Thoka paridewa dukkha domana tu bayata So yin jin ngo jwi jin ko sin ye jin siat sin ye jin Yin thoa piman jin so the taya tu thi Nirozanti manwa madwe chonging babe doe Bhikkhu yando mya ujjadado Kivalata puggol tattva mabat tattata phit pa pi tho Edata dukkha khandata Tho sin ye dong sin ye asu ji ita lien Nirodo chung nging jin thi Hoti sin sit matwe phit pa pi hu yue Bhagawa Myat Swa Bhaya Shin Ko Ro Myat Ji thi Awo sa kaung swa matwe Ho ja ro mu ke ba be ro tati